Hello, creative friends. Welcome to what I hope is a pretty quick and straightforward video where I'm going to show you what I do for packaging for stickers. Look at this, no intro. I'm just getting right into it. This is, oops, there you go. This is my new sticker packaging option. And I'm going to show you all the things I do to make it. Not super complicated. You probably have all the stuff at home or it's very easy to obtain. And yeah, so this is one of my stickers. Stickers are actually kind of a new product for me, but I've been doing lots of creative packaging things for years and I'm excited to add this to my range of stuff for my art business. So this is a little sticker. I got this done at Sticker Mule. I don't have particular affiliation. You can use them or not. I like this quality that they did. It's like a vinyl sticker. And it's die cut and it's just my little cat with attitude. Catitude. Yeah. So I wanted to put it in some packaging. This is the solution that I have done. This is a cardstock backing card that I created and I put it in a little plastic sleeve. I'll explain my reasoning for all of this later, but why would you want to sell this instead of this? A couple reasons. You don't have to. Obviously, you can just sell stickers like this. The reasons for putting it on a backing card are, number one, way harder to steal. Obviously, you could still steal this. This is a flat object, but stickers go missing all the time at shows, and specifically I'm selling at Christmas shows coming up, especially, so that's what I'm thinking of. So more substantial object, harder to steal. More substantial object is number two. Also, a little bit of a higher value, like, you know, stickers are expensive to get produced if you're outsourcing them. And sometimes you want to make them feel like a little bit more of an object. And by adding in decorative art card, so not just like plain cardstock or something boring, but like something custom for the piece, it's a little bit more fun, right? Like it's just a bit more substantial of a product. Third reason I think this is a good idea is it protects your stickers. So instead of it getting bent or lost or anything else happening to them when they're loose on a table like this, it is protected. And it is also protected, number four, if you want to wholesale. A lot of wholesale shops who carry things like this have pretty particular rules about how they like things packaged. So lots of them might just like loose stickers, but you could very easily like hole punch a hole on the top of this. So it could go on like a pegboard. You could add the hang tag. Like this is maybe a more appealing option if you do wholesale for your stationery products. Some of your vendors might like this. Those are my reasons for making a backing card. Can you tell I thought about it a lot? Maybe overthought it a little bit. I'm going to show you what I did. I designed this in Procreate and then I did put my logo and the border on in Canva. You don't have to do extra Canva steps if you don't want, but I'm just going to show you step by step how I did this. Like I said, really easy, but sometimes things like this, I feel obvious when you're done doing it, but up until someone just points out that this is a good idea, maybe you just need me to point it out. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to switch to an overhead view and we can look at my iPad. We can talk measurements and yeah, get started. Yay. Okay, so here is the sticker that I'm going to be making the backing card for. I actually already drew it, like the one you saw as the demonstration, which is this. But I'm just going to show you step by step how I did it, and I have more of these to put in packaging, so we'll do that together. The first job you have to do is figure out what size you want your backing card to be. My goal is always to, because I print these backing cards at home, I want to fit 4 on a sheet of paper that goes in my printer. So, and my printer, regular paper in Canada is the 8.5 by 11 inch printer paper. So I want 4 designs that will fit on that. And that's going to kind of dictate the size of your card, as well as the sticker itself. So you can see on my grid lines here, this card is 5 inches tall by 4 inches wide, and that means I can fit 4 of them on the page. And it also is a good size for this particular sticker design. So you could make a smaller one. You just have to do a little bit of measuring, grab your ruler, and just figure out what size card would make sense for your sticker. Once you've figured that out, I'm going to move over into my iPad and Procreate. Here's the design I made in Procreate. So basically I just opened up a new canvas that was the size that I set. So 4 inches wide by 5 inches tall. So I'm just making this a true to life graphic. It's not going to be able to scale or anything like that. And then honestly, the way that I do this is a little bit more interactive than just doing it on the iPad. So you can kind of resize this and then use your ruler. Maybe this is not the most technical way, but I'm just going to measure to see if it's approximately the right size. Just a little bit bigger. So that's pretty much true to life on the screen. So then I can take my sticker and place it over top and just kind of imagine it there as I'm drawing. that's just, I don't know, I just found that a little bit useful to do. Oops. Now my preference, this is just design choices, so you can do literally whatever makes sense for your art. But I like to make a little scene for the figure stickers, so I wanted him to have a backdrop that was almost like a photo set for like a Sears photo shoot in the 90s with those like abstract neon shapes. So that's what I did. It's just a couple of layers of shapes, basically. And the brush I like to use for this is the 6B pencil. It's just a brush I'm a big fan of that comes with Procreate. So when you're done with this, I did not add in my logo and everything in this software. I went and did it in Canva, but you could certainly do that. The reason I didn't is because in addition to my drawings, I wanted to have some more geometric elements. I don't know how to describe it, but I wanted this like very precise border around it and this sort of semicircle shape and then my logo. You can do this in Procreate. I just don't like doing really precise stuff there. It's just faster for me to do it in Canva. But like I said, so you can skip this Canva step I'm about to do and just do it right in the app. Okay, you know what I mean. But this is just my next step, that how I did it. If you have your logo on your iPad, you can import it and stick it on there yourself. Okay, I've got Canva open here. I'm just going to show you step by step because I know sometimes when I do tutorials that involve Canva, people have a lot of questions if they're not familiar with it. And I'll also say that you don't actually have to even create your backing card in Procreate. You could do the whole thing in Canva if you wanted. They have lots of design assets you can use. So I'm just here on my account. I do have a pro account. You do not need a pro account whatsoever to do anything I'm showing you. I'm going to go up to create a design and I'm just going to use a custom size. Okay, so I don't like to use any of these things that they pre-create because they're useful for what they are, but don't just create a custom size. Switch it to inches and then set it for the size of your design. In this case, it is 4 inches by 5 inches, which is what I did before. And I'm just going to open the file I was using already and show you. Here it is. So this is my sticker backing card. I imported the design from Procreate as a PNG and just dragged and dropped it into Canva. It's very easy. And then all I did was add some elements from Canva's library on top of it. So to create this frame around, I just used the rectangle tool. If you haven't used Canva before, you can just use shortcuts on your keyboard to do things like this. So if I type R for rectangle, it gives me this shape, which you can then make transparent, which is just erasing the background color, and add a border, which is, you can make it as thick as you want. And then you can change the color of the border and you can resize it like that. So that's how I made this frame around the outside edge. I'll just delete that. And then I use this shape right here. I'll move my logo. This is just a kind of a weird shape I found in Canva's shape library. So you can find that by going to elements, and then shapes is right here. It might be somewhere else depending on what they're suggesting for you, but somewhere on the elements tab will be shapes. You can see all, and there's tons of different shapes here. You can rotate them. So I was using one of these, I can't remember which one. And when you add it in, you can stretch it, you can make it different shapes and sizes. And I made mine white. So that's basically how I created this shape right here. And then this is my logo. I have it transparent and I just put it on top. That's it. It was nothing complicated. But like I said, you could create your whole sticker backing card in Canva if you wanted to. When you're done, you just go to share, download, and then download the file to your desktop and then print from there. My printer does use CMYK color, which because I have a pro account, you can do if you go to PDF, I believe. Yeah, and you can pick CMYK. I never use CMYK from Canva because I find that the conversion that they do is not the best. So I always just do RGB. You could print as PDF if you want. I just do PNG because I think it is the best quality for my art. No particular reason. You can do it however you like. So I will download this file and then I will go to print it. Here it is in the preview window on my desktop, and I'll just do Command P to print. And I'm just going to show you my print settings because I do get a lot of questions about that. It is right here in the print preview window. I'm using a US letter sized paper, so you can use whatever paper size you want. I'm going to do copies per page and I'm going to click 4. I get a lot of questions about how I print multiples on a page, so that's all it is. But just note when you do that, it'll often change the scale from 100%. So I just go back here change this number to 100% so it prints the exact size that I designed it as. And this also means that the designs aren't touching, so it'll be easier to cut out when I print it. The only other thing I do is I go to printer options, print settings, and I make sure that the print quality is on the highest, which is quality. You can choose a different media type if you like, but I'm just using regular paper here. And that's it. Like I said, I printed onto 300 GSM cardstock, which I actually get from Michael's in like a big block because I like the quality of it, but you can get cardstock just about anywhere. So here are my backing cards. Now, something obvious you may notice is that my printer messed up. The printer that I have is an Epson EcoTank 2400, I believe. It does not like thick paper, and this is 300 GSM cardstock. So it is, you know, quite a thick paper. So you have to kind of give it a little push when it's trying to feed to get it to go in. And occasionally when it does that, it eats the top of your design. So this is just an issue with my particular printer. And it doesn't always do this. I just didn't want to waste the paper and print another one when I'm just doing a demo. So just forgive me for that particular mistake, but we're gonna have two good ones on here. It just cut off like the top, like, I don't know, a couple millimeters of that one. So you can cut out these cards however you like. I have a guillotine cutter now, but you can use an X-Acto knife or scissors. X-Acto knife and a ruler is going to be a little bit more precise in my experience than scissors, but you know, follow your heart, do it however makes sense for you. This cutter, I will link something similar, and all the materials I'm using I will link in the video description, but this one is a laser cutter. I don't know if you can actually see, but there's a, yeah, it's very faint because I have the studio lights on, but there's a red laser beam that shows me where it's going to cut, and I find that very helpful. All right, now I have two perfectly cut backing cards, so let's get rid of this stuff. So here's the card. It's just plain on the back. You could always put something on the back if you really wanted to, but I'm going to just use it like this. In order to stick the sticker to the design, you could use whatever adhesive method you like, a little piece of double-sided tape. You could use that gooey stuff that is like, you've seen that on the back like credit cards and whatever, like it's sticky, but it doesn't tear stuff. If you can find some of that goo somewhere, if you want to use a goo, I'm just going to use some tape and just make a little loop, honestly. There we go, loop on the back. Find the rough center. There we go. Very technical, I know. So that is the backing card. I'm going to put it in a plastic sleeve. And as I mentioned, you don't have to use a plastic sleeve, but I do think it helps just protect the design more. So here is the sleeve that I'm using. And this sleeve is, let me see, I will link it in the bottom because I did get these off of Amazon. It is 5 inches by 8, I believe. Yeah, these are 5 by 8 sleeves, and my design is 5 inches tall, so it will fit very precisely in there. So there you go. I'm sure you can get other little sleeves that are precisely 5 by 4 or whatever size you're using. By all means, do that. I just happen to have these because I use them for other products as well. And I'm just going to fold and cut the excess so that it kind of tucks away on the back. Let me just grab my scissors. Okay, so I'm just going to cut about half of that excess off. Just because it has the sticky strip on it, I'm not going to use that. Flip it over. I'm going to fold this in half just to hide that open edge. Crease it with my nail. Fold it again so it's taut to the backing card. Again, just use my nails to crease it. And I will just use 2 little pieces of tape. I don't have a problem with doing this. If you feel like it doesn't look professional enough for you, you could definitely get little sleeves that are a bit more precise, but I think this is perfectly fine. I'm going to be selling these at an in-person event, and no one's ever mind about the tape on the back before. So there you go, all packaged up, looking very cute and ready to be sold and not get destroyed. And I just think like it really does help these look more like a high value item compared to just a loose sticker by itself. So I hope this tutorial was helpful and you enjoyed it. Obviously pretty straightforward, but like I said, sometimes you don't realize a simple idea can be great until somebody shows you it. So I hope I showed you something cool. And if you enjoyed learning from me, I have lots of other tutorials as well as studio vlogs and other fun content about my creative life on YouTube. So please do consider subscribing if you haven't already. Okay, have a great day. Good luck with your projects. Bye.